Thank you. There we go. Cool. It's a... Okay. This is a good level. I don't want to try to misconstrue this and say that this level is poorly made. This is a good level. This is really, really clever stuff on display here. I really do like it. That attempt count is so many old attempts. Oh my god. It probably took me like 300 maybe tonight. Probably not even. This one pretty quick, I'll be honest. Tonight, I think this was less than an hour of playtime total. So a ton of those attempts are rolled. I don't know how many. This is a really clever level, and I think a lot of the concepts here are really good. I just feel like the execution in a few spots is really lackluster. The first UFO just feels janky, and I can't really justify why. It just feels weird. It's like, why is it set up like this? Why is this how it works? Like, this is, what the fuck? Last two clicks of that first UFO in particular, just like why? Why is that how this part works? The ship before the drop got really consistent. It was weird when I was learning it, it felt really bad, and then once I figured out what I was doing, it's totally fine. The drop just had a bunch of little things that were really annoying. The mini ball in the early to mid 40s, I think it was pretty much like all of the 40 percentages. The black orbs are in like pairs of 2. And in each of the pairs, the first one needs to be timed early and the second one needs to be timed late. Because if you time the first one late, you die to like the circle with the spikes on it. And if you time the second one late, you die to the spike that you're like going around. If that makes any sense, right? Like it's especially apparent. It did happen to me from Zero on the second blue orb in the second pair. So black orb. Second black orb in the second pair. So last black orb of that ball part. If you click it too early, you go down, hit the blue pad, and then go up into the spike immediately. It's just like, well, like why? Like you don't need to have this spike there. You know what I mean? It was just like it felt unnecessary and like forced, awkward difficulty. I don't know. Maybe it was intentional. Maybe it's not even something the creator considered. I have no idea. It felt weird. The wave part got consistent, kind of, but it is so much harder than everything around it by a landslide. Again, I think this is just like extreme demon-itis, where you think your level's going to be an extreme, so you just like throw a fucking stupid, dumb wave part into it and just go, it's fine, it's an extreme demon. No, please stop doing that, creators, please, for the love of God. That wave part was really surprisingly difficult compared to everything else. The cube jump to pink orb after that was kind of just awkward. I didn't die to it from Zero, but in practice it was probably like a flip of a coin, quite honestly. I didn't die to it in normal. In practice. No, that's what I said. I'm losing my mind. The problem I had with that, with all the parts where your actual player goes invisible, it's just kind of annoying. Like, it works with the level. Like, I get it, right? And conceptually, it's brilliant, right? Deco-wise, concept-wise, it's really smart. It just felt not fun. It just felt like added unnecessary, like, annoyance. You know what I mean? I don't know. And it wasn't like that was the point of the level either, where like, oh, the character's getting hidden, and it's like the whole point of like you have to learn how to like navigate around that. I don't know. It wasn't my favorite. Not a big thing, minor nitpick, but just kind of felt like annoying. Although I do appreciate that there was the little like glowy particle thing that, you know, made it possible, I suppose. What else was there? The rest of it was pretty fine. The swing copter was a little weird, but it was mostly fine. And then the very end is so dumb. Why in the world would you have a green orb that if micro-tapped puts you really low, and if just barely not micro-tapped puts you right in the middle of the next portal to pretty high in the next portal, and then have upside down, what was it? It was like green orb, upside down, right side up, triple. It's like, fuck you, dude. Like, that's so messed up at the end of the level. You know what I mean? It's just like, it doesn't feel fun. It doesn't feel like something that can be practiced and gotten consistent. It just feels like a, well, hope I pass the ending now. The triple wasn't too bad because it synced pretty well with the level. I just kind of like did it and it worked most of the time. All of the time from Zero, I didn't die there. But I did die right at the yellow portal, the upside down gravity portal right at the end there. Like pretty much at it. Because I did a micro click on the green and it put me really low into that portal. And I didn't want to try to like click before the portal because if I do that, but if I had not done a micro click on that green orb, you know, like a really short click on that green orb, then clicking before the yellow portal would have killed me. But because I did that tiny little click, I had to either A, notice that I did that and adjust in time, or B, just accept my death. So that was cool. But overall, this is a really solid level. I just think there are a few really kind of awkward things, and there's some stuff that just, like, I don't particularly enjoy in levels. You know, a lot of GD is just personal taste. So some of this was just stuff that I'm not a huge fan of in levels, but overall, this was very, very solid. I would definitely recommend this if this kind of thing looks like it would be fun to you. You know what I mean? If you're looking at this and you're like, oh, this conceptually looks really cool, this is the kind of stuff I usually like, then yeah, you're probably going to like it. Right, I'll be honest. It's really solid. It's very well made. Aside from, like I said, one or two tiny little nitpicks, things that I just didn't particularly love. I'm going to cut the recording here now.